The White House transportation budget unveiled. FMI annual construction outlook rosy. More states approve sales tax highway funding efforts. And a News Tracker exclusive. The CEO of Caterpillar calls for tax and education reforms. That and more on News Tracker, brought to you by Caterpillar and produced by 4constructionpros.com. President Obama's federal budget plan has been unveiled, and where to spend billions on shoring up the nation's infrastructure. The $3.8 trillion proposal calls for the following: $100 billion for infrastructure broken up in this manner. $25 billion on immediate infrastructure spending. $2 billion in DOT incentives for states to implement best practices. Full funding of MAP 21 that was approved last year. $47 billion for rail and airport projects, and establishment of an infrastructure bank. How to pay for it is undetermined, as all is subject to congressional approval, expected to be a tough slog. FMI, the construction management consulting firm, estimates solid market improvements this year and following. They call for residential building to climb 23% for the year to 161 million single-family housing, while multifamily housing should rise 31%. The industry put in place would grow to $900 billion, a significant gain from recent years as all sectors continue to show improvement. More states are approving expanded highway funding by hiking sales taxes to pay for improved infrastructure needs. In Maryland, the governor pressed for and got a new excise tax tied to inflation, and along with other fees will raise $600 million annually by 2016. In Ohio, lawmakers approved spending more on infrastructure projects backed by Governor John Kasich in a $4 billion two-year budget bill that will, for the first time, permit Ohio turnpike revenue to be used on state road projects that are not part of the turnpike itself. You'll recall that Virginia led the new sales tax expansion idea to pay for needed highway programs underfunded by the existing federal gas tax. News Tracker had the recent opportunity of an exclusive interview with Caterpillar CEO Doug Oberhelmet. Among any industry-related issues discussed and to be aired in future reports, we asked him for his position on two important areas of concern: tax and education reform.
I firmly believe we got to attack both the personal structure and the corporate structure, but that raises the degree of difficulty tremendously politically, because it's hard to do. It's hard work. We are piling money on education and not getting much incremental investment out of it. I've been saying that the single-room schoolhouse put the man on the moon. And that was a pretty simple way to teach my dad, my mother, my grandparents. But guess what? They were as smart a people as we were, because they did great things in that era. We pour money at our system and we seem to get less. We at CAT, when we go out for our hourly workforce, we reject 60% of the applicants. Some because of writing skills, math skills, technical skills, or lack thereof, and a lot of it on drug tests. So this country spends several $100 billion a year on education, K through 12, and the person out of high school comes in for a job and we reject 6 out of 10. That sounds like waste to me.
Caterpillar CEO Doug Oberhelmet. The disaster that was Hurricane Sandy is resulting in new efforts to guard against future damage in the Northeast. The New York Transit Agency, MTA, is constructing a 2-mile-long seawall along the eastern side of the A-Line subway as it travels to Rockaway in Queens. Pile drivers are pounding special marine steel 30 feet into bedrock to counter future storm surge like Sandy, which destroyed the embankment along 400 feet of subway rail. When completed, the seawall will be about 2 feet above the last highest storm surge level and give the green light to A-Line service riders who have been using buses since last fall. The project is costing $38 million. In recognition of National Haiku Poetry Day, April 17th, editor Rebecca Wasilewski penned this: "A simple mixture, cement, water, aggregate, the world's foundation." This is Construction News Tracker, watching out for the industry that makes the world a better place. Brought to you by Caterpillar and produced by forconstructionpros.com. Reach us anytime at facebook.com/forconstructionpros or at Twitter, where you can leave a comment or share us with friends using #ConstructionNews, as the streaming web never ends.